Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 1, Episode 5? Yeah, 5. This one, The Last Outpost. On Blu-ray, this is day 3 of 30 of my 30 days of Star Trek reviews. So here we go. And here's the ad for the episode.
Kill them.
But a greater power threatens them both.
Just jumps on his back. He's like, ah!
Accused of deceit and treachery.
Check out this martial arts.
On the next exciting episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation.
Look at this incredible shot.
Going to, sir.
Look at that. Look at all the detail in that model. It looks so good.
They may be turning to fight.
Got all the little lights in there.
Hailing frequent.
It's so awesome. So this is a fun episode. This is a funny and cool episode, and it has the Ferengi in it, and they are ridiculous. We surrender, humans. Here's some more futuristic exposition about the Academy.
The best way to fight is not to be there.
Yes, sir. He will triumph who knows when to fight and when not to fight.
Glad the Academy is still teaching the strategies of Sun Tzu.
So it's cool. Like they're like, we've evolved past this or we've evolved past that, but it's cool when there's like ancient Earth stuff that they still like hold to, and one of those things is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I highly recommend the Ralph Sawyer translation. Ironically, when I was at the Fire Academy getting ready to be a wildland firefighter, I had one of my instructors recommend that we read The Art of War. So that's when I read it, and I got a lot out of it. So I think it's cool that this implies that they're learning about that in Starfleet Academy. Here comes a naughty word from Picard. Here's a fun little bit of trivia here. So something is reading the ship's computer, so they're learning all what the ship knows. And if you look at the screen as it flashes through all the information, it's actually the same information that was on the screen in a couple episodes ago where there was that Klingon language. Look at this.
Captain,
That's cool.
if I may recommend.
There's just so many little details in this show that are awesome. But yeah, I guess they have that weird like human head on a bird figure that they show on here that's on in the other episodes. Just they have like graphics on standby that they can just put in various different computer terminals. One of the things I love about this show is their ability to just talk stuff out. Also, during the middle of a crisis, to just like step aside and actually have like a sit down, or actually in this case, a stand-up conversation.
So, while we still have some power left, it's time for difficult decisions. Opinions, please.
I say put all available power into a full-out combined phaser and photon torpedo salvo.
And you always have one person be like, do something really violent. And then you have someone else be like, be really nice. And they're like, we're going to be really nice. But in these meetings, there's always someone that's like, kill everything. And then someone else is like, no, let's be really, really nice. Possibly to our detriment. And they're like, yeah, let's do that. So I guess I appreciate hearing all perspectives, even if they never go with the security person's suggestion. So Data's explaining the planet they're around. Meanwhile, he's holding this. See what that is? It's one of those little Chinese finger traps. Uh-oh. Data got stuck.
Of our years. These planets were once
Go.
outposts of that empire.
Data, what are you doing?
Apologies, Captain.
It's so weird. Like, what is the point of this? I'll tell you the point of this. So this episode is dealing with like sophistication and barbarism, and you have the Art of War by Sun Tzu, which is considered some of the greatest writings to come out of China, and then you have this little Chinese finger trap that is defeating this guy. And at the end, you have that ancient guy who is quoting Sun Tzu. And then while you also have the Ferengi who are just dancing around and lying and cheating. And so it's interesting. You have this very simple, childish Chinese little trap, I guess, versus some of the best Chinese philosophies ever. So it's interesting. So you have kind of the full range of Chinese stuff, I guess. I don't know. This is another like character moment that just makes the show so good. Just he's explaining this important thing for the captain to know, and then he's like he brings that to the briefing, and he's like, "I'm just gonna play with this while I'm talking to the captain." But this is the thing that just adds character and spice to this show. It's so good. Everybody should watch this. And here's how needy YouTubers feel after uploading a video. Here's some solid gold lines from the Ferengis.
You work with your females, arm them, and force them to wear clothing. Sickening.
You let your females wear clothing? Sickening. The beauty of this scene with the Ferengi just brings a tear to my eye.
Be defensive weapons too. We Ferengi are now challenged. Human madness.
Fun little note here. This Ferengi later, the same actor plays another Ferengi in Deep Space Nine named Quark. This guy right there. Maybe they just decided he did such a good job. Right there. It's baby Quark. It'd be funny if it was the same character. It's not, though. This guy's pretty cool in his haircut cape costume from the 90s, or I guess 87, and his crazy eyes. And he quotes Sun Tzu to Riker, and Riker's like, "Whoa, how'd you know that?" Here's a great moral lesson for this episode.
Fear is the true enemy, the only enemy.
Beautiful.
Unlike these little ones who close their minds, your mind holds interesting thoughts.
Then he goes on to talk to Riker about if he should just destroy the Ferengi. And Riker's like, no, then they would never learn. So I think it's interesting, too, because Data just talked about the history of the Federation and how they've allowed strong civilizations to overcome weak civilizations, presumably in the name of the Prime Directive. So it's interesting. The Federation isn't just going around solving injustices. They're still keeping their distance and letting things play out. This is kind of an interesting Star Trek thing that seems to happen a lot. They meet someone that's either super wise or super powerful, super both, benevolent or evil. But then
My doubts as your ships battled each other.
Eventually that being is like, all right, I'm going to go.
And your ships. But something confused me.
So yeah, they're normally, like when they're done visiting, they're just like this guy, for example, he's like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep until I'm needed again. And he just like disappears, and it's just like, oh. So I really like the lessons that they learned from this guy, but it's weird. So then it's like, when is he going to wake up again? He's just going to sleep for another 100,000 years. So sometimes it just feels like a writer cleverly being like, look at this cool, interesting old guy. And then he's like, and I'm going to write him back to sleep. All right. And then the super cheesy end of the episode. The Chinese finger traps have spread over the ship like tribbles. And just like tribbles, these noble Federation people decide to beam them onto their frenemies' ships. And then here's this cheesy closing shot here.
Set course before.
Oh, I can't set for course. My fingers are stuck. And it's like, were you guys not paying attention earlier when Picard freed Data from that thing and got his Data makeup off of his finger? Anyway, just Enterprise, just classic Star Trek for them to be like, let's beam this super annoying thing over to the other ship. It's like, holy crap, Federation's kind of a bunch of dicks sometimes. Scenic artist Michael Okuda, one of the most knowledgeable Star Trek people in existence. All right, well, this episode is fun. It's cheesy and it's fun and I like it. So this has been your day 3 of 30 for a Star Trek review every day for 30 days. So got some tired eyes here. It's a little bit late, but yeah, I like this episode. I think it's a fun one. I love watching the Ferengis be like, I challenge you. Like they move around so weird. Anyway, let me know what you think of this and what Star Trek stuff you'd want to see reviews for. All right. Oh, I've got the Next Generation 4K movies are arriving tomorrow. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.